I was the mistress and the guy's wife found out. This is how we listen and we don't judge moment, because I was 61 backwards. I was the victim here. There was this guy from my block that I always found cute. He was like the stereotypical cute guy for everybody. All my cousins, all my friends, like, found him cute. Like, he was the pretty boy of the block. My cousin started dating this guy from another street in our block. So when she started dating him, I would go more often to that street because she was there, and I would always see the guy. Let's call him Cheaty, because he's a cheetah ass. One day I'm walking with my cousin to my other cousin's man's house, and while I'm walking, I see a group of boys, and in that group, Cheaty is there. I don't talk to them because, again, like, I've only seen him from a distance. I've never, like, really, like, stopped to talk to him. I barely even knew his name. Hours pass and I then get home. When I get home, I get a message on Snapchat talking about, hey, ma. My intuition never fails because something in me told me, like, could this be Cheaty? Nah, I'm crazy. I replied and I was like, who's this? And he was like, you look beautiful today. And I was like, but who's this? And he said, you didn't see me? And I was like, but who is this? He sent me a picture of, like, his eye. And I was like, I know who it is. Right when he sends me that, I tell my cousin, like, oh my God, look, this guy just hit me up. Because he was, like, the town cutie. So it was like, he hit you up? My cousin then told me, like, I think he's dating somebody. Like, I think he has a girlfriend. And I was like, oh, word? So then I said, don't you got a girlfriend? And he said, nah, we broke up. So I was like, cha-ching! Or so I thought. Few days pass and I go to my cousin's man's house because that's where we will all chill. And he will be there too, and he'll give me like the little side eye, yada yada. And then a couple days pass, babe. And he said, I got back together with my girlfriend. So then I told him, like, okay, we're not gonna continue this. Like, we're not gonna continue talking. The heck? I'm not about to be your side piece. Couple days pass and I'm in class and I get a message from him on some, what are you doing, yada yada. Me and him get to talking, but it wasn't nothing too crazy until I go out clubbing one day, and in that club, who do I find? I found Cheaty, and my drunk ass was on some, come here, baby. And he was on that type of timing too. So I was like, mind you, this guy was an older guy. So in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I'm winning out here because I'm a little 61-year-old backwards and he's a little something older. I completely just started to disregard that he had a girlfriend. Because that night he was acting like he didn't have a girlfriend. So it was like, again, I've changed my ways. I would never do this again. After the club, we leave together and we go to his friend's house, you know, to get to know each other a little more. And he tells me, like, if we're going to do this, I hope you know it's just lust. It's not love. From what he thought, baby. Because he thought he was going to be the one not to fall in love. Wait till you guys see how this ends. I then went on Google and I was like, what the heck does lust versus love mean? Because what do you mean? And I found out and I was like, oh, so he thinks I'm a hoe. We get to talking and we get to do the freaking leaky stuff because we just started like that. Like, it's just gonna be like a little friends with benefits. We're not gonna do nothing crazy. We didn't go on dates or none of that until I fell in love. So he would tell me things and I'll get like a little butthurt, and he noticed that. And he would tell me, like, remember I told you, like, I have a girlfriend. I started to distance myself a little bit because I was like, I'm not about to deal with this. When I distanced myself, I guess he noticed. So then he started to hit me up more. So he was like, can you please, like, chill with me? We're not gonna do nothing. Like, I just deadass just like want to chill with you and talk to you because you a vibe. We met up and we did just that. Like, he started putting me onto his music. I showed him the music I like. We didn't even kiss. We did none of that. We literally were just chilling. And I was just like in my head, like, oh my God, he's so in love with me. He's so in love with me now. Months passed, maybe like even a year passed of this like ongoing situation thing. So my cousins and I, we all go out to this place, and Cheaty comes to that place with us. Cheaty was all on top of me in that place. And I'm just thinking, like, oh my God, do his friends know? Because his friends were there too. Because he was all over the place with me. Like, he was, like, me and him was besties that day. And guess what? I just fell more in love. Me and him then talked that night, and he told me, he's like, you know what's crazy? Today made me realize, like, if my girl was ever acting the way I was acting with you tonight, I would probably pew her. And I was like, oh, he was like, yeah, because like it's not even giving lust anymore. We're literally giving like a full-blown relationship. And that's where I draw the line. And I was like, all right, baby, that's where I draw the line. Like, who is you? Who is you? So we stopped talking for a bit. And then comes a day that I am in college, dorming. He hits me up and he's like, yo, I really gotta see you. I really gotta see you. Like, I wanna hang out with you. He comes to my dorm. We hang out and everything. While we're hanging out in my dorm room, we start doing more than hanging out, you know? We start getting it going. As we're getting it going, me literally in the front, him ass out in the back. Like, the door of my dorm room was over there and his butt was facing, like, the door. Right there while he's my roommate walks in. Stay tuned for the whole story time because this video is not gonna fit on just one TikTok video. Because his girl gets involved, she finds out everything. We have a whole pregnancy scare, like, it's a whole thing. And my roommate walked in on me and Chidi in doggy style. She just said, oh, and covered her eyes and still went and got her notebook. While she was getting her notebook, she literally was saying, like, I'm not looking, guys. I'm just here to get my notebook. Continue what you're doing. And she left right away. And then, boom, we got it going. We got it going. I forgot to mention that, like, months before this, Chidi had broken up with his girlfriend. When he broke up with his girlfriend, he started looking for me more often. He would hit me up every day to see how I am. Mind you, before it was just, like, a friends with benefits. We would never want no, like, serious talking type of vibes. During that time that I was working and he told me, like, he wanted to see me after I got out of work. But he got out of work super late. So he told me, he's like, would you mind coming to my job and seeing me? And I was like, oh, to your job? Like, we're making this more public now? What's going on? But babes, I didn't mind because I wanted to get it going. We got a freak a leaking in his job too. While we're in his job, this man proceeds to tell me that he wants to take me on a trip, like to, I believe, Vegas. In my head, I'm thinking, like, this is the same man that said, this is only lust, not love. Like, you out here trying to take me on a whole vacation now? And I'm just there like, yeah. Even though I know that's not gonna happen. Like, we are not about, that's not what we're about to do. That day that we got it going in his job, we didn't have a little hoodie. So we did it. You know? Oh my God, I'm so crazy for saying this. But guys, I'm a changed woman. I would never, ever do this again in my life. Like 2 or 3 weeks passed from that day and my period didn't come in. So right when I saw that I missed my period, I texted Chidi and I was like, yo, I haven't gotten my period. When I tell him that, he got very like concerned. And he just like wanted to know what I would do if I am pregnant. When he was acting that way, I was in my feels like, oh my God, like look at him acting all concerned. He sent me money to buy a pregnancy test. And the whole time I like went to like the pharmacy to get to the test and everything, he was very on top of me. Like, do you need anything? Yada, yada, yada. I took that test and guess what? It was negativo, amigo. Woo! Thank Jesus Christ. Time passes after that and he ended up getting back together with his girlfriend. During that time that he got back together with his girlfriend decides to add me on social media. I added her back because I didn't want to make it seem sus, but I literally felt so dirty. I literally was like, oh my Jesus Christ, I'm such a dirty girl. Few weeks passed from that and I look at her story. In her story, she's chilling with Chidi. Like, I guess like Chidi was having like a house party. I don't know. That same night that I see her like chilling with Chidi, I get a message from Chidi talking about like, I miss you. I said, boy, aren't you with your girlfriend? And he said, I mean, yeah, she's inside, but like, I just like want to be with you right now. That man was in love. I literally was like, absolutely not. That's not what we're gonna do. That's not what we're gonna do. Like, your girlfriend is right. Please, sir, we are not gonna talk while you're next to your girlfriend. And the conversation ended there. Time passes and I'm in the club with like my friends and Chidi's there too. But that night he left the club with another girl. I low-key in my head like felt a little like, a little jealous. But then I low-key thought like, oh my God, so thank God I'm not the only one. He clearly be cheating on his girl like left and right. I distanced myself from him because it's like, ew, I'm not about to like be like with the community D. Until he one day hits me up and starts telling me like, I really want to see you. Like, I really want to see you. Like, I'm so upset I have so long without seeing you. I tell him like, well, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm going to a party at my friend's house tonight. He then says like, all right, I'm gonna pull up. I didn't believe it because he was very like sneaky. Like every time we'll see each other, it was always like hidden areas. Or like if we were in the club, it would be like he was here and I was over there. We never were like seen publicly. And he doesn't even know what friends are going to this house party. So in my head, I'm like, he's not about to really show up in front of people like with me. Lord behold, the party starts. It's like 1 a.m. and he says, what's the address? I'm pulling up. I said, sir, there's a lot of people here. Like, you don't care? And he said, nah, bro, I miss you a lot. Like, I really want to see you. What's the address? He pulls up and we have a ball. We have a ball. Days keep passing by and we plan a full-blown date to go out clubbing. Like, me, my group, and him and his group. In my head, I'm like, this is a little too good to be true. Like, he's about to pull up into another club. Because the club that we would always go to was like a little like club that like only we knew about. He was trying now to go to another club that like his girl could potentially see him in. So I'm like, whoa, you're putting this at risk now. Like, you in love with this little girl now. But guess what? We ended up going to the club. And not only did we end up going to the club, we took a picture together. Like, this man that's it. He was out of control with it. In my head, I'm like, oh my God. Like, now you're just, like, is this getting sloppy? Like, what the heck is going on? But it was that he genuinely started to like me. Like, you can tell when a guy, like, energy shifts. This guy genuinely, like, there's way more to it. But it's like, girl, this man was falling in love. Time started to pass and I completely, like, cut him off. Because I got to a point that I'm like, I'm a little more mature now. Like, this is not okay. Like, I realized, like, this really isn't okay. I would not want to be in her position, but God gave me that karma later on. If you know, you know. So we completely stopped talking. Bro, months after we completely stopped talking, I get a message from her talking about, did you and Chidi talk, this and that? And I said the truth. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, we did. I told her the whole truth. I told her, like, where we would meet up. Like, I told her the whole truth because that was killing me in the inside. And I made it very clear. I told her, like, babes, but I do not want nothing to do with that guy anymore. Like, it was just me being young and dumb. She basically said, like, it's not okay, but it's like we don't have problems. But this man was still on me years after, bro. Like, when I got with Hunk, this guy was still commenting under my posts from fake pages, DMing me and everything. It's so crazy. Actually, like, a year ago, I think, he stalked me to my house.
Y'all ready for another creepy ass story time? This is the night where the devil decided to pay our little club a visit. And sadly, this is the last night I ever saw my friend. This takes place in Los Angeles, California. I'm 19 years old. I've been dancing for about a year at this point. And I've got one really good girlfriend. This is before I met Carmen. Her name is Aranza. And that is her real stage name. So I have to give you a quick rundown first about Aranza. Aranza is from Brazil. She is a widower, lost her husband in a tragic car accident. She's got 2 kids that are in Brazil, and she's got 2 sets of grandparents to take care of. She's got to take care of her parents and her husband's parents, right? So all financial responsibility falls on Aranza. That is why she was here in the U.S. dancing. Now, Aranza is very religious. I know. Don't fucking say nothing. Just because we're dancers doesn't mean we don't love Jesus. I met her 2 months into dancing, so like 10 months total, right? She went to church every Sunday. Didn't swear, didn't drink. She didn't have a mean bone in her body. Very nice girl. And she always expressed guilt for being a dancer. You know what I mean? Like, she was really, really ashamed of it, but she felt trapped. Like, she couldn't do anything else. And she had a whole family to take care of in Brazil that were depending on her. And a 9 to 5 just wasn't going to cut it. She still had to take care of herself and pay her own bills too. So one night, me and Aranza are at the club, and this particular night, it is popping the fuck off, and I don't mean in a good way. This particular club was very small and like very chill. I never saw like girls fighting or customers fighting, nothing like that. It was super, super, super chill. So drama there was like rare. There were a total of 3 fights, 1 between girls in the back and 2 between like customers, and these were all separate like little fights. I'm chalking this shit up to like a full moon, like, you know, the lunar cycle or some shit. All of these fights happened within like a span of 1 hour. Then in comes this man, and this is the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my entire life, still to this day. And I remember his face very well. He was very devilishly handsome, and I use that word on purpose because that's kind of what you would imagine the devil looking like. He had very sharp features, a very sharp jawline, a sharp nose. You know what I mean? Beautiful jaw lines, like just he was fine. He was fine. He walks in, grabs his drink, sits down. All the girls come up to him one by one, trying to small talk with him, trying to ask him for a dance, and they just get up and walk away. He's not interested. And I can hear the girls sitting next to me that had already walked up and talked to him. I can overhear them saying like, that guy was creepy. He's just a creeper. I can't ask them anything though because I'm sitting down with my regular. I'm having a conversation and I don't want to be rude. Everyone has approached him except Aranza. Aranza's standing at the bar. But I noticed, because he's fine as hell. I'm staring at him because after I'm done with this regular, I'm walking my ass over there. I noticed though, I clocked that he is staring at Aranza. So after I'm done talking with my regular, I walk up to Aranza and I'm like, girl, that fine ass motherfucker is staring at you. Go over there and make your money. And she's like, I don't know, man. All the girls are saying he's kind of creepy. And I'm like, bitch, do you know where the fuck you are at right now? This is a nudie bar. All the guys are here are fucking creepy. Quit being a baby. I wish I never did that. Another one of my regulars come in, so we get to talking. While we're talking, I noticed that man got up and is walking toward Aranza. They're standing at the bar and they're talking. They went back and forth for about 5 minutes, I'd say. I see them head toward the VIP section. The VIP section is separate from like just the regular dances, right? The VIP section, you're going to be in there for at least 20 minutes. 5 minutes later, I don't even think it was 5 minutes, that man comes strolling out of the VIP. When he strolls out of the VIP, this man gives me a smile that I will never forget. Look, I got the chills. I will never forget the smile. His smile looked like a shark. That's the only way I can describe it. You know that shark Bruce from Finding Nemo? That's what that fucking man looked like. That was that smile he gave me. Instantly, my stomach is in my ass. I feel like throwing up. I race back there because I know something is wrong. I'm thinking something happened. They should have been back there for at least 20 minutes. I'm thinking he SA'd her or like physically assault. I don't fucking know. I'm thinking he hurt her. I kicked my heels off and everything and booked it back there because I wanted to get back there as fast as possible so he wouldn't get away just in case he did something crazy to her. So I get back there and she's sitting in the booth, right? I'm looking at her and she's like catatonic. Bitch, you know what the fuck I mean. She's stuck. She's just stuck. She's got like the fucking 1,000-yard stare. She's like looking past me. She won't talk to me. She won't fucking say anything. I'm scared. I'm like tapping her cheek and shit. I'm doing that for like 5 fucking minutes. I'm examining her body. I don't see any signs of an assault. Like I don't see any injuries. I don't see her like bikini ripped or nothing like that. So I'm like, what the fuck happened? She fucking snaps out of the shit, right? And she just pushes me. She pushes the fuck out of me and I fall over. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? She jumps up and takes off running to the fucking dressing room. By the time I get my ass up and take my ass to the dressing room to see what the fuck is going on, this bitch damn near tackles me like on her fucking way out. But I stop her. I block the fucking door. Her panic is making me panic. And I want to know why the fuck we are panicking. And should I be fucking leaving too? Did he threaten to shoot this bitch up? Tell me what the fuck. This lady looks me dead in my eyes and tells me, and I quote, I saw hellfire in his eyes and we need to repent. You saw what? She pushes past me and leaves in the middle of her shift. Now I'm stuck like a fucking deer headlights. What the fuck do you do with that? I finished my shift. For the next 3 days, I'm calling her. I'm going straight to voicemail. I'm texting her. No response. On the 4th day, I go to her apartment. I've been there a million times. We were friends. I get to the apartment. I'm knocking at the door. I peer through her window because I want to know if she like fucking hiding from me or something. And my fucking heart sinks. Everything is there like normal except her pictures. She had pictures of her family all over the walls. And when I saw that they were missing, I knew she was gone. It looks like she left everything and she had some really nice shit in there. I knock on the neighbor's friend because we were cool with him. We had hung out with him a few times, right? I knock on his door. He opens the door. Her dog comes out. She had a dog that she absolutely loved more than life itself. I ask him, I'm like, have you seen Aranza? Like, do you know anything? What the fuck is going on? He's like, yeah, she came over here a couple of nights ago. Asked me if I could if I wanted the dog, she had to go home to Brazil. And I'm like, what? I was both stunned, I was sad, I lost my friend, but also like terrified because I knew she fucking saw something. To have been so fucking scared to just up and leave like that. You leave the fucking country, like, what did you see? I know she saw the devil. I know he was a devil or a demon. He was something. He was something fucking scary. And I believe wholeheartedly that night, the veil was like super nothing. And him, like, all those fights breaking out right before he comes, you know what I'm saying? Like, that energy, that chaos that the devil brings or that demons bring, like, that's what that was. That was, like, kind of his announcement. Because after he left, I finished my shift, the shift peaceful. Nothing popped off. Only right before he came. I think he was there with a mission. I think he was there specifically for Aranza. And I hope this video some way, somehow makes it to Brazil. Aranza, if you see this, I miss you. Just let me know you're okay, girl. What happened?
I go on this date with this guy, right? First problem. Should have never even done it. It goes cool. He's my type, which never got me anywhere, so I should have known. My type to a literal T. Copy and paste. My type is as strict as Chris Brown. Everything's cool. We chop it up. We go out to eat. Bada bing, bada boom. Done. Cool, right? So we end up texting for like a week, right? Starting to get to know each other. Like, didn't think anything weird, right? 1 week in, okay? I don't even know this man's last name. Honestly, I barely know his first name, and he's not saved in my phone as a contact. Right now, babe, you're an area code. I know who you are, and I know how you're texting me because of your area code, because I have it memorized. So he texted me a week in, and he goes, now mind you, we have been on one date, and it's been 1 week. Keep that in mind. So this man says, I feel like we're close enough. It's been 7 days. I feel like we're close enough that if I needed something, you would have my back. I said, what do you mean? He says, like a favor. Like, I feel like if I needed a favor, you got me. So I'm over here, I'm like, what type of favor? He says, I'm going to FaceTime you later. Oh, no. Because I can't say no over the phone. It's very hard for me to say no in general. Pisces, people pleaser. So I'm like, no, like, what do you need? He's like, no, I'm going to FaceTime you later. So I'm like, okay, fam. So he calls me, he FaceTimes me later. We start chopping it up. We end up FaceTiming for like 2-3 hours. He says nothing about the favor. I honestly forget about it. We're just shooting the shit, talking about life. And then like hour 3, I'm getting tired. I think he can sense I'm getting tired. So he like, boom, pops the question. But, you know, my money not right now. And I got, you know, some things that I got to pay for. Can I borrow some money? Have you lost your damn mind? So now, because I'm psychotic, I'm like, I want him to beg. So I don't say no off rip. I'm like, I want to know more details. Like, I want him to think I'm enticed. Because at this point, this is funny and now I'm playing with him. So I'm like, okay, so what's going on? Because mind you, we've already talked for 3 hours. So he told me he's going out of town this weekend, and he told me he's going out of town next weekend. 2 places that he had to buy flights to. So as far as I'm concerned, if you're a grown-ass man, you should probably not go to those 2 things if you need money to pay for shit. But, you know, that's just my thought. It's called responsibilities. So I'm like, okay, so how much money do you need? He goes to say $700. Then was like kind of asking for $1,200. So like it was in between $700 and $1,200. I've known you for 1 week. We've been on 1 date. You don't know me. I don't know you. Like, what makes you think in your right mind that you can ask me for some money? I would never ask you for money. And I'm a girl. I'm a woman. And you're coming to me asking me for money? So I'm like, yeah, no, I don't feel comfortable. And he was like, well, I promise I'll pay you back. Do I look like Boo Boo the Fool? Like, no. I said, I don't know you well enough to trust your word. I only trust your actions. And because I don't have any actions to go off of because I don't know you, the answer is no. This man proceeds to beg for 2 more days, blowing my phone up asking. At one point, I'm like, I'm going to unfollow. I'm going to stop texting you back because I've already said no. And like, no is no. My answer is not changing. So after I say no, he's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. And I showed no emotion. So I'm like, I don't know why you think I'm upset. So he was like, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I don't want you to think that I'm only trying to talk to you to borrow some money. I'm not like that. Like, I would never be like that. I'm immediately like, I don't care. Like, I'm turned off. It's a literal no for me. Like, I don't want to see you again. I don't want to hang out with you again. You're a 28-year-old grown-ass man asking a woman for money because you need help with your responsibilities. And then people wonder why I don't date. Like, this is so absurd to me. Like, who's going to be the girl? I wake up every single day and bust my ass, and I work around the clock to make sure I have nice things. I dress nice. I live in a nice apartment. I have extremely nice things, okay, that I pay for myself because I get my ass up and I go to work. You're a grown-ass man. Go to work. Get a job. Go do something. Like, it's lazy. It's getting lazy. So immediately I'm like, I'm turned off. I never want to see this man again. He proceeds to say, oh, well, I still want to talk to you. Like, I wasn't just talking to you because I needed the money. I said, okay. Okay, big dog. Y'all, that man has not texted. After I was like, no, and the answer is no, he has never texted me since. Which I knew was going to happen. And thank God. Honestly, thank God. Sir, you did me a favor. But we go on one date, know him for 1 week, and he asked to borrow $1,200. And then my parents want to call me and ask me why I'm single. Because this is why I don't date. This is why I don't go on dates. Because it's literally, the bar is the expectation is like in hell. It's so low. And I still get fucking nowhere.
I used to have this friend. She came up to me. She's like, I want to fight. We're going to fight. We're going to go down. Okay. But she didn't have no motherfucking water to put out the motherfucking fire. She didn't want the fucking smoke. Okay. So it never ended up happening. But we had a bunch of friends. They were all ganging up on me. I'm like, bitch, I will fight every single one of you bitches. Just kidding. I didn't say that. I was probably a scary ass bitch. I don't know. Either way, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Okay. Me and that girl become friends again. The other friends run away. Whatever. One day, a couple weeks later, this will come back. My mom calls me. She's like, okay, I got a new boyfriend. I said, new boyfriend. Okay, period. Boyfriend was rich. Boyfriend got us a car. Okay. I used to pull up I was embarrassed to pull up to school in my mom's car. Love you, Mom. So when this man got us a car, I was like, shit, bring me to the front of that motherfucking school, bitch. It was a nice ass car. Okay. With that being said, I'll get to this boyfriend. She says they're having a party at his friend's house tonight. Nice ass house in blah, blah, blah area. And it was a nice ass area. I was like, period, I'm fucking down. She said, well, they got kids your age. I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down. Okay, I'm hoping and praying it's about to go down. I'm like, girl, are you sure she's not gonna be a lame ass bitch? Because if this girl is a lame ass bitch, that's gonna be weird. That's gonna be crazy. So I pull up, right? I meet everyone. I greet everyone. I don't see nobody my age. I meet the girl. No, not the friend, not the one my age. I'm talking about this, like, the girl, the owner of the house, their friend. I meet her. She's like, hi, like, my daughter is actually upstairs if you want to go up there. Or she's walking down. I'll call her. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, y'all, I look up. This girl's walking down the stairs. Who is it? This bitch that wanted to fight me. I'm not kidding. I never saw her in person my entire life. This bitch literally wanted to beat my ass. And I was like, I had to play it cool, bro. I literally had to play it cool because I was like, what way do you even, how does that even, what? So I look at her and I said, hey girl, what's up? She looks at me, she's like, what the fuck? She's like, hey, what's up? And we hug. Our parents are watching, by the way. Nobody knows about our beef. Nobody knows about our drama. My mom doesn't even know. So we hug. And we're like, what the fuck? That's so crazy. So we decide to call up. And we obviously made up. I went inside. I'm literally, like, remembering, and I kind of want to cry because this was, like, peak moment for me. Like, genuinely, like, this was such a great time in my life. I'm not going to lie. Anyways. Stop, I want to cry. Anyways, we invited the other friend. We were like, the girl that wanted to fight me FaceTimes my friend, our mutual friend, the one that also wanted to fight me. And she was like, what the fuck? So we all have a sleepover, okay? Now, me and this girl that wanted to fight me, that we had beef, we end up being it was literally like this lesbian love story. I'm like, this is fucking wild. This is fucking crazy. So then she ends up, I'm so serious. She ends up getting a girlfriend. Okay, we had to cut it short. She ends up getting a girlfriend, and they date for like, it was literally like 2 months. I think they dated for 2 or 3 months. date for 2 or 3 months, but this girl stays in our friend group because you know how lesbians are, okay? This girl stays in our friend group, and I'm not really fucking with this girl. I'm like, okay, like, she's okay, whatever. But one day they were all like, hey, invite her to my house, invite her over, because they were all at my house. Like, invite her over, invite her over. I'm like, no, like, I don't really like her, if I'm being honest, and I don't really want anybody over. But they insisted. They were like, no, you need to invite her over. I said, okay, whatever. I invite her over. We ended up kicking it. It was very cool, very fun, very cool. Like, we were, like, laughing together. And I was like, damn. And then, that's Upside Down Crumble Cookie. That is literally how me and Upside Down Crumble Cookie met. It was that girl that I invited over that I didn't even like. And it was because of the girl that wanted to fight me that I ended up being gay with. Fucking when worlds collide, bro. Like, what?